Well, shit. Sorry about that.
No, it's fine.
If you wanna go eat, by
Nope.
all means.
Nope. Fuck it. I could always mute in between if you go on a tirade. So I do encourage you. The longer you talk.
Oh, there will be many tirades in this, so
Oh no, I actually, truth be told, don't have that much ammunition. But I did fucking challenge you while half awake, so I'm gonna show up, get my ass kicked, move on.
all right. I mean, all
Ah,
right. I'll
yeah.
start streaming right now.
Yeah, I've got mine going. Here, 1 second.
All right. Make sure
Forget.
everything's up.
Yeah, I just want to. The new version of OBS just pisses me off. Let's see, properties.
Yeah, it's pretty fucking lame.
Once I get that set up.
All right.
Oh, what the fuck? Screw it. I'll just move it to disk. Take the properties.
Shit.
You know what? I know what I can do. I'll just use the fucking display capture. Fuck this shit.
Sure.
Really? Fantastic. Is yours working at least?
Yeah, it's working all right. Yeah. If you're having issues, you can feel free to mirror it when it's over. I don't give a shit.
Oh, okay. But no, when I was sitting there talking about spam or some shit like that, I'm told that if you like rehost someone else's shit, your channel will get demonetized. But since this isn't a fucking monetized channel, nothing can happen.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I actually didn't know that. That's fucking weird.
Yeah, I don't know. I've been kind of reluctant or some shit like that because I know I saw from fucking Mediker's Twitter or something like that. He said that some people rehosting his stuff, even though he gave like permission to do so, can get.
Yeah, that's fucking weird.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess I kind of get why they do it because a lot of people do just like steal shit, but
Yeah.
yeah. Okay, well, so I'm assuming that we're gonna be talking about our initial Twitter spat, which led to this in the first place.
Yeah, no, I wanted to get to one thing on target here, where basically
Sure.
you're
Yeah.
again.
Yeah,
Let me have
wasn't
this
able
because
to.
I've only got one
Okay.
thing, and then you're just gonna be able to
Yeah,
pick
yeah,
me
yeah.
off
Sure.
at fucking
Sure.
ease here.
Sure.
So putting it like this. Shit, lost my thought. That's fantastic. No.
Shit.
No,
my
no.
fault.
Here it is.
Mhm.
So your idea is that basically there are two dumb alt writers that shot up the place, right? And you're trying to put that entirely on the whole entirety of the alt right, correct?
Well, there was. Well, I don't remember there being a second shooter. Are you referring to the shooting that happened in Ohio? I'm not sure if that has been confirmed to be.
No, I thought we were talking about the El Paso thing.
Yeah. The El Paso shooter. But from what I understand, there's only one gunman. Was there two gunmen?
Well, okay, like here's the whole thing. I've worked two 12-hour shifts, like fucking Saturday and Sunday. So I've just had so much information fucking coming at me. I thought I saw videos about that. So have there been multiple shootings over the weekend?
Yes. So there was the El Paso shooting, and then less than 24 hours later, there was another shooting in Ohio. The El Paso shooting, the manifesto has been released, and it was by a white supremacist that claimed that Hispanics were taking over Texas, and that's why he committed the act that he did. The Ohio shooting, I haven't really heard too much about. I heard something, there might be some misogynist incel tier motives. I'm not sure about that though, so I'm not gonna say. But I know for a fact that the El Paso shooting was by a white supremacist.
Okay, now I'll be honest with you. I actually had family fucking out visiting or paying their respects out in El Paso that flew back. My father.
Oh shit.
Yeah, no shit. And I remember like fucking I saw like a tweet from Flamenco and I was like, lol, yes, that could have been rights. And I'm like, wait a minute. Did my dad make it back? Let me check on that because that would have been. Oh man, I'm gonna look like a real. Ooh, that's gonna be one for the fucking ages. But nah, he's fucking.
Yeah, that's good. That's good to hear. That's good to hear.
But yeah, as for that, if he was a white supremacist, blaming the entirety of the alt right, it'd be like blaming, I guess, every goth kid for fucking the retarded kids from fucking Columbine.
Yeah, no. So see, the issue with that
that's my
though.
only good point. So thanks for giving me that one.
Oh,
that's my only
okay.
offense I got this whole time.
Okay. Blaming every goth kid. Okay, does every goth kid believe that every ethnic minority should be cleansed? Does every goth kid believe that? But no. But every alt-right person does believe that. is what I'm saying. Like that's the core of their ideology. That's the logical end to white supremacy. There is no peaceful white supremacy, right? So they try to say, oh well, we're just going to deport them. Okay, but what if they refuse to be deported? Oh well, then we take care. Okay, well then yeah, like there's no peaceful white supremacy. Okay, so I just want to get that out of the way first. I did want to address your initial.
I got done talking with a fucking alt-writer before you came in the call, and the only reason, well, two reasons. One, I said I wanted to do it one-on-one. Two, oddly enough, before him to come into the call right now, he's off watching Birth of a Nation. I shit you not.
Oh, fucking hell. Okay.
No, he's more of a memester, but he's fucking serious about his shit, kind of, sort of. But all I've ever taken from him was like he's a goofy dumbass, and yeah. The alt-writers that I've talked to are bitch about the JQ, bitch about my black people, and I'm like, eh. Now, I do understand that there are dangerous motherfuckers out there, like the ones with the AR-15s. I do support the Second Amendment, but, I
me
think
too.
that maybe certain...
I'm pro-gun as well, so we're on the same page on that.
Yeah, and I do believe that certain people might need to be watched a little bit closer. I think that could have been boiled down to, and not to fucking... Part of the security outfit I used to be part of used to fucking provide security for fucking Walmart, and I'll be honest with you, the most I would have done is ran the other way while calling the cops. If I would have saw some dipshit.
Well, yeah. I didn't even know Walmart had security.
I've seen them in there, and I remember talking to them once, but that was like fucking like a year or two ago, and that was like fucking local. I have no idea how it is at Texas. None.
I see.
Yeah.
I see. I wanted to address the initial reply. I don't know if you were trolling. I mean, I feel like you were.
I was okay. I get up at 4:00 in the morning, so when I saw that argument, I probably just decided I'm gonna be bitchy and cunty right now. And I don't know, maybe it was the whole idea is like it felt like you stand with us, or you're like I took it as this is like one of those leftists. You better agree with me, or you're a Nazi kind of remarks. And that's what I got.
No. See, when you were replying, it seemed like you watched Dapperton's video on me, but then didn't watch my response to his video where I clarified. And I'm just like, no, I don't call everyone I disagree with a fascist. I don't think you're a fascist, Dapperton. I don't think fucking Hunter Avalone's a Nazi. I don't think that I don't think really any ANCAPs are Nazis because it's just not in their ideology. So it's just like, no, I don't call everyone I disagree with a fascist or a Nazi.
Have a link to the manifesto because one of the people in the chats was actually asking for it.
Yeah, I mean, I'm kind of iffy on sharing that, but
if it could potentially get you in trouble, and no, I don't. So I'm explain this right now. My estranged friend, fan, pain in my ass. Hateful is not racist, but that is his name. He's just a huge, gigantic, titanic pain in my ass, and Hateful actually goes after dangerous online predators. That's why he has the name. Don't make me explain it. He's not a racist.
I see.
Okay. He has a series called fucking Discord Transparency because, furries aren't willing to clear any of that shit. That's a long fucking story for another day.
Sure.
Yeah, I'm just reading off from my thing here. But, yeah, you were saying?
Yeah, I get it.
Okay. Well, I just didn't mean to cut you off in the middle of that. I just tried to get the question in here in case you had the manifesto. But if you don't feel comfortable about it, I'm sure it'll turn up on Kiwi Farms or somewhere else eventually.
Yeah, well, it was posted on 8chan and 4chan. I believe the shooter himself actually posted it himself before committing the act. Similar to I've read parts of it through like different articles and stuff talking about it. He did praise the New Zealand shooter and said he takes inspiration from that action. But I did want to. So I know you were like half asleep and wanted to be bitchy or whatever. But I did want to respond to that one, the first initial tweet, because there was a lot wrong with it, and I don't know if it's just because you were like half asleep, but so. I'm half Mexican, and this is what you said, obviously. I'm half Mexican, and I think you're being an opportunistic D-bag, standing on the graves of my people to be a little taller. I don't suppose the place that the event happened could have had better security. So, like, I don't know, like, what that means. Like, are you saying that we need to have, like, MPs at every Walmart across the entire country? Because, like, I don't think that's really, like, applicable.
Okay.
I don't really think that's going to work.
Here's my whole idea, and I thought about this witty fucking joke fucking earlier on. There's two things in Texas that you're never going to get rid of. Firearms and Mexicans. Okay? And unfortunately it just happened the way it did this time. how else would you recommend that we fix this? One, you're not taking the guns out of Mexico, and you're certainly not taking the Mexicans out of Texas. So, I mean, I guess beef up security. Maybe that's a potential possibility. I'm just trying to find a practical application that would have fixed it, other than jumping on. I had a friend in. Well, okay, another pain in my ass that wouldn't count as a friend. When remember that shooting where the guy had the machine gun, he was firing out of the building down on people.
Las Vegas, yeah.
Yeah, that's exactly it. And he had a point where he's getting pissed off that people winded up saying out of my dead cold hands and stuff. And I was thinking the same thing. And I'm sitting. You're kind of, it's how fast on the spot you decide to get political about it. And I was like sitting there thinking, man,
Yeah.
maybe wait a day before fucking jumping on this.
Well, technically, I did wait a day. Second of all, I'm not the one getting. Well, I did. And second of all, I'm not the one getting political about it. The actual motive of the shooting was a political motive, and I'm calling out that political motive, which is white supremacy, which is an ideology that happens to be quite on the rise as of late. I mean, we've seen it with the Charlottesville, we've seen it with the New Zealand shooting, and countless other fucking terrorist actions that have occurred quite recently in the name of white supremacy. So essentially, I'm not making it political. It was political to begin with, and I'm trying to tackle and call out the ideology that the initial terrorist attack was, inspired by.
Okay.
Because
well, let's look at it this way.
Mm-hmm.
In these cases, can you really show that this is? Oh, here one's. Yeah, I'll read off the comment in a later minute here. Can
Sure.
you really prove to the fact that this was either some lone nut? Do you really feel that basically these kind of
This was not some lone nut, no. No, because
okay, let's go for a generalization. What's that guy? Do you think like there's a Richard Spencer out there behind this one? All right, you got to go out there today.
No, that's not. No. That is not what I'm saying. What I am saying is that there's plenty of people like Richard Spencer that are, beefing out this rhetoric that, this is the end of Western civilization. If we don't do something about this soon, we are all fucked, right? So that's what happened with the New Zealand shooting. That's why he shut off the mosque, because you have all these different people like Ben Shapiro, whoever, talking about all these Muslims are going to be the end of this Western civilization. If we don't do something about these damn Muslims, we're all going to be fucked. White people are fucked. We're just fucked. Right, and this has been constantly drilled into their brains by these people, so they feel like they have no other choice but to actually act on it. And that's my issue with it, right? So no, I don't think that this is some centralized conspiracy or some shit. I don't think that at all. I think this ideology.
Yeah, if I had my pure Rocky and I don't agree with this, I think Ben Shapiro's white. But if Rocky were here, he'd be like, Ben Shapiro's Jewish.
Yeah, see that.
I think he's white. He looks white to me.
Yeah, I mean, the truth of the matter is that, people can pull that card that he's Jewish or whatever, but the fact of the matter is that a lot of his rhetoric is very white supremacist-y, like the Arabs like to bomb crap tweet. That's that's a little yikesy. So I think it's just shit like that that's constantly being pumped into people's brains, and they just go down this fucking rabbit hole of 4chan 8chan bullshit where talking about the JQ, and they just get so fucking sucked into it that they legitimately believe that they have to they it's like their civic duty to do this, to save Western civilization. Like, they truly believe this bullshit, right? I mean, it's the same thing with radical Sunni Wahhabism, like they have to kill the infidels, whatever.
I could come at this from two fucking standpoints here, so I'll try and take it from your standpoint. In my life, and call me sheltered, I've never met a Muslim that wanted to murder me.
Right.
On the other hand, there are elements of the religion that seem to have been, whether you call it standard or radicalized, it seems to be at least either incorrectly or correctly that you find in like news or other outlets that seems to be something not as hard to find as you might lead yourself to believe, perhaps. I could see where people would be panicked and feared, and yeah, I could see why people are fucking worried about Islam.
So you can see why people are worried about Islam, but you can't see why people are worried about white supremacy.
I'm not telling you can't be worried about white supremacy. I'm saying that you're basically stating this one situation, or basically, I thought we were only talking about El Paso, Texas. Again, remember, I didn't understand that there was there was two shootings that happened this weekend, right? Was the other one had anything to do with white supremacy?
Not that I know of, no.
Okay, so let's. Okay, then we have to go all the way back to the Australian thing. How many months back was that? Two, two, three.
Oh shit.
Yeah,
Yeah, something like
you're not
that.
going to be tested on that. It's
Yeah, no,
about two or
I
three. Okay, yeah.
somewhere.
No, it's fine. I I get it too, and quite frankly, if I don't know, maybe it's just the unfair fact that I hear about it more in the news a little bit more than the others. I don't know. I don't have like a fucking chart here side by side with each incidence where white people fuck up and Muslims fuck up. Maybe it's just. I guess that'd be a good point to
White
point.
people. Wait, can't you be a? You can be a white Muslim, dude.
No, I get that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I mean, well, the fact of the matter is that let's think about how many Islamic terrorist attacks that we've had in America on this soil compared to the amount of domestic terrorist attacks done by white supremacists. I mean, it kind of one kind of outweighs the other, especially recently.
Well,
Like, let's just be real here for a
many
second.
how many people do you feel that need to be part of an incident for it to be a terrorist thing? Because I feel it would be a little odd if it were just one person.
What do you mean? What do you mean? How many people?
Well,
Like,
for example, we am I going on a limb for saying that like 9/11 is a terrorist attack?
right, right.
Okay, yeah, and there's like what for each cell was what 3 or 4 people or some shit like that, right?
Yeah, yeah, something like that. Yeah.
Yeah, so
Well,
I'm just trying to set up like how we can categorize it because I feel like one person being inspired by something else doesn't quite count as a terrorist. I don't know. Am I being completely unfair there or what?
Well, they're inspired by an ideology that a lot more people are subscribing to as of late. And again, this is something that's happening more and more and more frequently, especially after the election of Donald Trump. Like, let's be real. Let's be real. We weren't like, yeah, you had your Timothy McVeighs, you had your all of that. But let's be real. The polarization of the 2016 election has really made the right wing, terrorism kind of beef up a little bit, a lot of it, really.
I'm gonna be
Um,
honest with you. I feel that it's I don't know. It just reminds me growing up as someone who sat through George W. Bush 2 fucking times in a row. I don't see too much of a difference. I mean, oh, okay, except for the economy's doing a bit better.
uh,
I don't. I don't
well,
feel
I
nearly as retarded being an American during this time and period.
I do, but I mean,
I don't
teach
know.
their own, I suppose.
Yeah, I don't know what age you were during George W. Bush, and if you put it out of your mind,
Old enough, old enough to know George Bush was an idiot.
well, senior only lasted a term. It was kind of like a blink and you're gone. It's at the 8 years. It seemed to stick a little bit longer.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Of course, of course. Um, so okay, so where were we? We kind of got off
We were
track a
trying
little
to.
bit.
I thought we were trying to fucking. What constitutes really a terrorist? Like, am I being fair by trying to put a number to it?
No, because essentially, I mean, it's a act of violence, um, for a political motive, essentially, right? Which, then you could say, oh, well, wouldn't that mean that wars started by the U.S. are terrorism? Yes, yes, it would. um, but yeah, so I mean,
Well, I thought
like,
terrorism had to be from an unofficial governing body or some shit like that. I don't know.
well, I suppose it can be, but you know, the amount of innocence that the U.S. government has killed.
Okay, tell you what. You want
Yeah.
me to shit on the United States government? Um, no, I can do this, and I'm
Yeah.
proud to be an American. The American
Sure.
Revolution was everybody says it's taxation without representation, and yet we had members in Parliament. They wanted us to pay back their support for the French Indian American War. We winded up not paying them. We screwed them over. We got support from France, who we then fucked over and went back to trading with English afterwards. We're a nation that's basically born out of fucking over people.
Yep.
That's basic history. I don't know what you're worried about. I'm like, yeah, we're douchebags, and like, no, this comes as no surprise to me.
Well,
Ain't my
yeah.
fault. Yeah. I mean, what do you want me to do? Go
Yeah,
back in time and say, how dare you?
Oh well, no. I'm saying that we should get pitchforks and torches and run all these motherfuckers to the sea and take over. Is what I'm saying.
Okay. Like,
No, that's my solution.
I too was an edgy teenager once. I'm just dicking.
Well, I mean, Peter Kropotkin was a pretty old man, and he also subscribed to my ideology. Actually, he founded my ideology. But so, all right, back to the tweet though.
Okay.
Back to the tweets. Sure. Yeah. So you said the implication that Darkscythe is saying is that all white supremacists are out to shoot Mexicans. I mean, yeah. Kinda.
I would feel more comfortable hanging out with fucking white supremacists than I would sitting in a room full of Antifa people. No,
really?
I'll
really?
Yeah,
you want to compare body counts? You want to compare body counts on this?
No,
what's Antifa's body count? What's the body count? Say the body count.
No.
What's the body count?
I'm just telling you from personal examples. For example, there's this one fucking.
Okay, well, you know what? Your anecdotes don't mean shit. I'm asking you, what's Antifa's body count and what's the body count of white supremacists? I'm going to tell you, Antifa's body count, 0. White supremacists, fuck if I know. A big fucking number, though. I know that. So, that's really uneducated of you, dude. I'm just saying here right now. You can go by your personal anecdotes all you want, but Antifa's body count is 0. Fucking white supremacist body count is way fucking more than 0, dude. So I don't know where you're getting this "I feel safer" thing from. I mean, you have statistically speaking, you have much more likelihood to die hanging out with white supremacists than you do with Antifa. And also, aren't you half Mexican? I don't think white supremacists are gonna like a half Mexican too much, bro.
The shit out of you that I'm actually saying this crap. I know you're dying to play the Nazi card any minute here, but you can't.
No, I'm
and a lot
not.
of leftists have tried.
I don't think because I don't think you're a Nazi. I just think you're a useful idiot for these white supremacists because you're fucking cozying up to them, essentially.
I'm not invited to any fucking goddamn of these get-togethers, man. I don't pay union dues. I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, no, that's not.
And I think you're missing the whole idea here. Again, one more time.
Okay.
I think there's a handful of pocket of fucking people. I think it's probably mostly goofy dipshits, and I think that there's a couple of fucking extreme dipshits. Now, if you want to sit there and say, that group over there, they're the ones that have gone bonkers or nuts, seem to be a bit more extreme than fucking goddamn on the left. I mean, I can't argue with the death count, but on a whole, the average person from the left is more fucking insufferable from my personal experience.
Okay, yeah, I mean, if you enjoy being called, racial slurs because you're race, I mean, yeah, you hang out with white supremacists all you want, dude. You do you. It's your life. I mean, if that's your cup of tea.
That's just been my experience.
Okay, well, I mean, you're arguing off of feelings. I'm arguing off of facts. I mean, that's just kind of what's going on here.
Off of experiences.
Yeah, that's your anecdote.
If I may, for example.
Then you...
you don't want to go with examples. You are talking about statistics that you don't have in front of you. I'm trying to give you a fucking example of basically the last leftist
if you want sources, I can give you sources, dude. If that's what you want. Let's see.
Okay,
how many
here's what I
people have Antifa
How many Nazis
killed?
have come up to you personally and said that they want to punch a communist or an Antifa member?
Quite a fucking few, actually. Quite a fucking few. In fact, I've seen people, I mean, I don't know where you live, but I live in the South. I've seen quite a few people that wear shirts that say punch a commie, all right? So, trust me, I know a fucking thing or two about these chuds, all right? In fact, I've seen a motherfucker that says kill commies. All right, and again, I'm a hypocrite because I'm going by personal experience. Well, again, I can just go right back to the statistics. Let's look at the body counts.
Are you pro-communist?
I am an anarcho-communist. Yes.
But why?
Yeah,
instead of I wasn't gonna jump the gun and be like, well, it would sure be convenient to fucking slap the Antifa logo on you. And I did watch the videos a little bit, and I was like, oh, maybe he's memeing. So I'm just, instead of me speculating and trying to straw man, why are you an anarchic cat? Why are you communist? By all means, you take it away.
Well, because I feel that workers' ownership of the means of production within a classless, moneyless, stateless society sounds like a pretty good idea. Essentially,
based off. We could go of what countries that this has worked in.
What countries has this worked in? Well, first of all, countries, like there are no countries in communism. Communism is the abolition of the nation state. So like you're saying, oh, with the communist what?
When it's finally worked, we can point
Mm-hmm.
to it, and the times that it doesn't, like in Venezuela.
Well, I can. Venezuela is 70% private sector. That is capitalist as fuck, dude. Maybe you should read a book before you go around screaming Venezuela. No, you're trolling me, dude. You're trolling. You're
seriously.
no, you
All right,
ass.
fine. Okay.
Like no, like you can't be serious right now, man.
No,
you can't.
Take the floor and tell me where.
Okay, Chiapas, Mexico, the Zapatista territories. We can point to these. Again, none of these societies actually reached like a classless, moneyless, stateless society. However, they got pretty fucking close, okay? So Chiapas, Mexico, the Zapatista territories, they've lasted for 25 years. Land is commonly owned, and they're pretty fucking happy there. Okay, revolutionary Catalonia, fucking free territory of Ukraine. I mean, dude, I can keep going on, man, all right? And of course you can argue, oh, well, Catalonia and free territory Ukraine, they didn't last that long. Well, yeah, because of fucking outside forces like fascists and the fucking Soviets and shit. And yes, I do not support Venezuela. I don't support USSR. I don't support Marxist-Leninism, bro. All right, like I'm not a fan of the USSR. I'm not a fan of Cuba. I'm not a fan of China, especially not now because China's capitalist as fuck now.
Yeah, no.
All right, so
like here's the whole gist of it. Again, half awake, but at this opportunity, I have a chance to sit there and listen. And
sure,
God be willing, I or anybody else is free to look at this. So
Paris Commune too. Yeah,
I did. And I did tell you at the beginning of this, I'm prepared to get my ass kicked. But hey, if you're willing to talk, I'm willing to listen. If you know something I don't, I'm not going to just stick my fingers in my ears.
Okay. Well, I mean, I appreciate that because I've had people that try to continue arguing when they really aren't aware of the subject matter. So I appreciate that by any means.
I've sat through many a history class where I've had different teachers who had different perspectives. So if you're just going to give me a different one, I'm willing to listen. If you've got something to say, I like a good spiel.
Sure. I mean, all right.
Well, how would you sell communism to America? Because that sounds like a tall order.
It is a tall order. You're right. You're absolutely right. It is a tall order. And honestly, it's not like at this point. I need to crawl before I can walk, right? I'm not gonna like try to sell communism. Like it's not really like something what I'm mainly focused on is more selling socialism, how workers' cooperatives are more productive than traditional capitalist-owned businesses. I have plenty of links for that if you'd like me to shoot you some. But that's mainly what I'm focused on right now. And also, I mean,
I could include them in the stream if you'd like me to.
Sure, absolutely.
Okay. Yeah, no problem. So again, I don't just put words in your mouth.
Sure.
Is Bernie your guy or just good enough?
Good enough.
Okay, yeah, no, I get it. I understand.
Yeah.
That's basically how I feel about Trump. I'm like, that's as good as it is right now, sadly, from my perspective.
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, the fact of the matter is that, from my perspective, I mean, we don't even have universal health care yet. We don't have any of that shit, right? What all the other modern nations have. So we need to probably
I'll admit that I did
work on that.
manage to get fucking, Obamacare did wind up covering my ass when I got sick. I understand that they're trying to dismantle it, sadly, so I won't pretend like everything that Trump does is fucking smart or intelligent.
That's good.
Hateful, hold off on that. I think we're having a back and forth here. If I get boring enough, I'm trying to give fucking Dark the benefit. Oh, here we go. Here's the link.
I can send you a couple more as well.
Okay, here.
How many people are watching on your end?
I got 17. How many you got?
34.
Oh, nice. You're killing it. Dark's links.
Okay. I have even more than that, though, if you're interested, but I think that's probably suffice.
Okay, let me head back over there. Copy. There's 3 of them, right?
Someone in my chat wants to know your thoughts on Canadian politics.
You mean where it's illegal to misgender somebody? I
No,
kind
it's not. No, it's not.
of,
No, it's not. I don't know much about Canadian politics, but I know enough to know that's a bullshit right wing talking point.
okay.
So essentially,
I haven't
companies
been. I
cannot
haven't been.
discriminate against trans people for gender identity. That is it. That is it. If you're at a restaurant and you just go up to somebody and you misgender them, you're not going to be arrested. That's not how it works at all.
Okay. Yeah, I was just curious about that. All right. So look, there we go. Do you have freedom of speech in Canada?
I mean, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, there's a free speech amendment in Canada. Yeah.
Okay.
You just can't like advocate genocide or anything like that, from what I understand.
Well, theoretically, you can't incite violence in America either. So
Yeah. So
yeah,
it's pretty much the same, from what I understand.
half awake. Off the top of my head, I went right straight to the First Amendment. So there you go.
Sure.
Did it go down? No, everything's fine. Hateful, what questions did you want to pitch at the guest? Or I guess my adversary, I suppose.
Something like that. Hey, listen. I'm just on here because you actually agreed to debate me. Like, you'd be surprised on how many people I'm like, I get into a spat with, and then I'm like, oh hey, would you like to debate about this on my stream? I'd be interested. And they're like, no, I can't because blah blah blah. So I really do appreciate you actually coming on the show.
Oh hell, I've been willing to freaking talk to you for a while, and quite frankly, if you had an interesting standpoint, considering the again, since I'll try and keep that off in the distance. It deteriorated very poorly, and it was somebody that I'd kind of gotten away with or gotten along with, and maybe they hit a rough patch, or maybe we just found our own ideologues too far and different. I don't know.
Seems like you have an interesting internet life.
Yeah, there was a furry who basically we got into a debate about you know the Registered Sex Offender Act. He got really bitchy. He's like, I don't feel that he felt that was continual online or continual harassment. There's a guy who goes by the name Growly the Growler, ironically enough, who just got picked up for trying to entice a child a couple weeks later. That got me blocked on Twitter when I was like, so want that apology now? No?
What?
Okay. I kind of have to rub that one in. And I thought he was cool, in spite of that, and I just assumed, maybe he's being extra bitchy because, life takes a dump on everybody, but, or maybe I'm just an insufferable ass. I'll never write that one off. Oh, here we go, Hateful. Refresh will come back. I've posted some thoughts up top. I'd have to...
Somebody wants to know if you're a white nationalist.
No!
You're debating this.
No!
No. Essentially, his argument is that
I don't
know.
Believe I don't believe.
Hashtag not all white supremacists.
I don't
or something.
think all white supremacists are out to shoot minorities. I don't think
well,
they would.
What's the logical end of what's the logical conclusion to white supremacy though? White nationalism.
What's the logical conclusion, if any?
Yeah, what's the
logical
logical?
First, how is it any different than say like a Larasso Nito or Black Panthers or any other shit? It's just unpopular because of the media.
Panthers was a little different because they were actively being discriminated against at the time. So I kind of can sympathize with their perspective a little more. However, I don't agree with black nationalism. I oppose all types of nationalism. However, I can at least sympathize with their motives a little bit more than white nationalists who literally have not been discriminated against for at least for not being white.
Okay. And here's the other gist of it. I think that they're kind of seen as too much of a boogeyman. I think the whole concept when somebody says Nazis, I think Nazis are the left's SJW. This is what we call someone to dehumanize them and write off.
No, that's just not. It's just not true. No, because I don't know if you're familiar with the BreadTube community. All right, so I know your version of the left is more like what it was on YouTube back in 2014, around there, when the fucking anti-SJWs rose to prominence. The left on YouTube is a lot different. The left on the internet in general is a lot different nowadays. We're a lot more mobilized. We're a lot more, well, I mean, to put it quite frankly, we're a lot more logical and rational. And no, the only time we call someone a Nazi is if they can't shut the fuck up about the JQ, and that's pretty much it. That's the only time I call someone a Nazi,
Okay, here,
right? If they keep hounding on that JQ and it's the Jews, okay, they're probably a fucking Nazi. I don't think that's too much of a stretch,
okay, yeah,
you know?
I'll put it this way. In my life, I cannot think of an incident where someone specifically made my life worse because they were Jewish. Where specifically I could point back to, okay, so it says here in the Talmud, I'm going to fuck with you now. So as far as I'm concerned, it's just a bunch of hokey bullshit. Have I ever bumped heads with somebody who was Jewish? I'm sure by the law of averages. But is it something I would sit there and fucking goddamn worry about? No, not terribly. Have I fucking goddamn memed it up in a couple of different calls? Yeah, but no, am I white supremacist? Fuck no.
Yeah. No, I mean, and that's the thing. Like, I don't think it's a good thing to meme about, especially since there's just so many people that are serious about it that it's kind of just hard to tell at this point. So it's probably best not to. But like, just because somebody's posting a stupid fucking meme, I'm not going to say, oh, you're a Nazi. I'm just going to be like, oh, well, you're posting a stupid fucking meme. Chambers of my heart, you know what? Fuck the nuclear family, all right? Fuck your stupid fucking nuclear family, all right? I'm sick of your Christian conservative horseshit.
Let's talk about Chambers of my heart for a moment here. Chambers of my heart thinks it's okay to fucking goddamn let infants jerk off in front of fucking people.
Wait, what?
Yeah, this is a video up on her fucking channel. It's how she got thrown out of Suit Yourself's Discord. I'm not okay. And again, everybody's calling me a pedophile. No, you're a moron. I think you're a fucking negligent moron. I think you're insane.
Wait.
And she sent me a video from other people that I'm like, I saw their defense where they took part of what her video was, where they explained that there's certain classes that teach certain things. The response I made to you, Chambers, isn't addressed by there at all. I can stand behind everything I said to you and feel just fine.
Thank you for the $2, by the way, Dylan. I really appreciate it. Well then, I'm not even gonna touch that with a 10-foot pole. It sounds
Go
like.
Look up her channel. It should still be there. And the other thing, she's like, every time she's like, everyone's calling me a pedophile. I was like, are you calling her a pedophile? No. Do you think she's a moron? Yes. All right, thank you. She tried to fucking go victim card.
Wait, what video was this on? I'm so.
Or I'll take my ass over to fucking goddamn Chambers of My Heart's channel. Let's see if she fucking ripped it down or whatever. Chambers.
What a twist of a stream. Yeah, no kidding. I'm more interested in this than fucking white supremacy right now.
Oh, goddamn. Okay, let's see if we could find it.
It's your home host, so I thought I'd do it.
Yeah, nobody wants to hear your bullshit trailer. Oh, goddamn, she's got a rapid upload. Chambers of My Heart interview. No. Yeah, what? You should probably put Suit Yourself in the tag. Suit Yourself's response to parents of discussion. Here, I'll just throw this over here. Bunk. I thought she just had a meltdown. I was like, maybe you need a Snickers or something, Chambers. But no, she still stands behind this one. My response was dangerous and negligent ideas from Chambers of My Heart, where I never called her a pedophile.
That's really something.
Yeah.
Well, shit.
I think the last thing we need to do is have parents who just fucking goddamn let kids do whatever the fuck they want. And quite frankly, she's talking about her own family members, I think like a niece or some shit like this, where she's like, oh yeah, they used to do this too. I was like, hey, Chambers, maybe don't tell this about like your family members. I'm sure they're going to thank you later on in their life, because this is going to be up on YouTube now.
So let me get this straight.
Go ahead.
The person that did this is coming on my channel talking about how socialists want to ruin the family union. Am I getting this? Am I getting this straight?
What? Wait, is that what fucking Chambers did?
Well, yeah, she was like,
hey,
socialists want to destroy the family unit.
Don't
like you know, I was. No, I'm not. I'm saying I'm a little lost here because, like, here's the thing, right? I was memeing about the whole "fuck your nuclear family" thing. Dude, socialism is worker ownership of the means of production. What the fuck does that have to do with family? I really want to. Yes, I am going to let you in because I really want to know what the fuck that has to do with the family structure. I'm genuinely curious. What the fuck? Can you DM me your Discord? I think I might have deleted you because I deleted everybody I didn't talk to anymore.
Are you really shocked that Chambers of My Heart did something dangerously retarded? And you guys throw her out like a lifetime ago back in the good old days?
Oh, God.
Yeah, and you're like, oh, have they improved? No. No, there's a matter of fact, they have not, Dark. Your decision, if you guys knew what you knew now, you would have kicked her out faster. Holy shit.
Wait, I got... so fucking...
It's like she looks back at her own stupid materials and goes, hold my beer, old self. Watch how it's done today.
I'm so lost right now because this is not where I was expecting this to turn. I thought, okay, this debate's about to get cut short. You know, he doesn't really seem interested in talking about this shit, and then this happens. Like, what the
Chambers,
fuck?
I was like, oh, I've got something that'll pique your interest. Holy shit.
No. Oh my god.
And again, I just think that Chambers offered the fuck. Yeah, I don't feel that she's like, oh, I don't want to reword it because I don't have my whole video fucking memorized, but I think she implied that this was basically the right way, or it was negligent not to have her parents to step in and prevent their children, their infants, from masturbating in public. Or in, like, schoolrooms or classrooms and shit like that. When I had this discussion with you on Twitter, I fucking bumped it up to toddlers. In the video, it's infants.
What?
Here, you want me to grab a screenshot? It's really easy now with that new YouTube preview option. Here, 1 second. Let me go flicking.
God damn it, dude.
Occurs in childhood. Discuss examples of how infants. Oh, here we go. Boulder capacity for sexual pleasure. Here we go.
Actually, you know what? Chambers, just join the server through the link in the description, and I'll just add you that way because I.
And flip this bitch over here. There you go. Feel free to read that off in your stream.
Oh god, okay. Chapter 12, Sexuality During Childhood and Adolescence. What the fuck? What is this? Discuss examples that demonstrate how infants have... What? What? Whoa. Hang on, I gotta show this on stream. What the fuck?
Oh, God.
Hang on, I need more context
is what I want
to this.
This is what I want to clash between left and right. Can we both agree this is wrong?
I believe we can.
Okay, cool. That's progress.
Wait a minute. All right, I just added her.
Oh,
all right, add me back, and I'll add you to the call. We'll have a little chat. We'll have a little chat about this.
Have a seat over here, Chambers. That's a joke, Chambers. That's just a joke. I know what it implies. That's a joke.
Wait, is it okay if I add some more people into this because we're not really debating anymore? So
I have one more too? Because I know it was one. I know Hateful wanted in.
Sure, why not?
All
why
right,
the fuck
cool.
not?
Beautiful. Give me a chance to chew my fucking pizza. There we go. Join call. Bup. There you go.
Hey, Tara, join you, bitch.
Hey, Hateful, somehow we made it about pedophiles again. Or at least child endangerment or something along those lines. Fuck. Oh, I thought I added him. Here, 1 second, I'll give it a shot. There you go. Assuming there he is. He's back.
Oh god, everyone's asking me to add them, and I'm just like, no.
No, let's cap this off at like 4 or 5, especially since we have
Yeah,
to get Chamber in here.
seriously.
Yeah,
Hello.
no.
Yeah.
Oh, Fugma, what now?
This is a new arc in the stream.
Yes, it is.
How far does the rabbit hole go?
We're about to find out.
We're about to find out, brother.
Hang on. I gotta show everyone the screenshot to give them some context. I'll send it to you as well, Tara.
Oh,
This
Just,
is something.
Just put it in the group chat.
Here.
Yeah, I
I'll
will.
be right back. I'm refilling my drink.
All right, man. Okay. What the fuck?
Machine Head wants to be added to the call. Should I add him?
No, we really got to cap this thing off at 5 people. It's gonna get way too fucking insane if we have any
Yeah,
more.
it is.
No.
It's like the thing is, the first time I saw this video, I was like, this is a thing?
Yeah, this is yikesy shit right here. All right.
I don't know what I'm looking at, but I don't like it.
I don't like it either.
It's just making me uncomfortable.
We're back.
Yeah, so I'm very curious as to what this is all about,
Okay,
Chambers.
Let me explain this because FNGR and the rest of us Spurs decided to go off on some tangent. Okay, so in
Okay.
regards to the article, because when I first saw Suit Yourself's video, I only got a few minutes. I thought, oh
The
crap,
reactionary
this is
chud.
like-
All right.
huh?
The reactionary chud. All right.
Okay, so I watched the
Prostituted
video
herself out for
or
drugs, for God's
whatnot,
sake.
and I
We
saw the
at
article. I'm
John
going like,
Q.
oh wow,
Public.
this is actually some kind of messed up
Started
shit.
doing it with
And then I went and
couch,
clicked on the
and
article.
it was weird.
And
it is
it's
weird.
a
It's a
study
very weird-
of sexual development in humans overall. Children are just a small part of it. And if you actually look at the curriculum, it's just discussing what children may ask. Because I have the article pulled up myself too. And I took this to every parent. I took it to Beware of Darkness, Ichabod Orange, who's a parent, who's also my co-host, by the way, Maddie the news chick. I took it to, what is her name? Rebel Ablin. She's a friend of mine. So every parent I took it to, they're like, yeah, no, this is just a study. It's not doing anything sinister. It's not encouraging anything sinister. It's just saying, hey, children are going to start doing this. And there's parent blogs on it. I'm not saying it's okay or not okay. It's something I responded to Sue with my own video, and I could be a little bit wordy.
So
But-
so
Go ahead.
infants can get sexual pleasure. Because this is what I'm reading right now.
The wording is weird. The word I will say. The wording is weird.
That's an understatement.
No.
I don't use the
know.
term problematic, but I'm thinking it.
FNGR, shut
This
up.
is problematic.
No.
I use it all the time. I'm a SJW cuck, all right? This is problematic as fuck, my dude.
No. The wording is weird, and that's why, like, I freaked out when I saw the first slide, and I'm going like, what did Suit Yourself just find? What are they doing in Texas? Until I went down to the actual curriculum, started looking at the questions, started looking at the other things, I'm going like, oh, okay. Now, what I should have done, because like what my co-host explained was I could be a little bit too wordy. I should have taken it to a few people before that, like, better context and things like that, because I explained it a little bit weird. But bottom line, it's just a study of sexual development in humans. Children go through it. That does not mean.
Who's this study by is my question. Is his name is his name Michael Jackson?
No.
Okay, no, Chambers, I have a bit more question here on point, and I even timestamped it mine. Why did you decide to bring up your family specifically and said, no, it's okay? Yeah, that seems
okay.
kind of
Wait,
gauche and disgusting.
whoa,
Hold
what?
on. Am I gonna be allowed to answer the question? Or are you?
Oh,
trying to
you know what, Dark? You could put the video up at 155 in your stream and let it
No,
speak
it's
for
fine. So
itself.
I could tell exactly what I said. So, because as an example, as I had, and I guess because it's gonna cause people to freak if I repeat it. I had a nephew. I was talking to my girl, and we were talking about, like, I don't know what the hell we were talking about. We were sitting at the table, and my nephew off to the side starts to do a particular thing with the couch. I bring this up as an example in the video of children start to sexually develop or whatnot, but it does not mean they understand what it is. It does not mean they get what any of that is. And I say this constantly on my own YouTube channel, my own Twitter, and things like that. So
No,
what prompted this big? Go ahead.
The problem is, Chambers, is that the proof
No,
that
you're
you're
fine.
providing in the video was anecdotal.
And on top of that,
Yeah.
it's the fact that basically, I think one of the things is you don't. I could swear I saw this in your video. It's been a while. Where basically, like, you don't want to stop the child. It'll give him a complex. You know what gives children complexes? Being mentioned in YouTube videos about
I never said it
masturbating in
gave him a
public.
complex.
Holy
No,
shit!
I never said it gave him a complex. I said that when children come up to you and ask questions and start to do stuff, you don't want to shame them because that can cause problems further on down the road. That's what I said. I never said to give them a complex, dude. You're trying to twist what I'm saying because you stick your head in all this pedophilic shit, chasing pedos. That anything that comes across.
No, I know you're really trying to do that. Oh, Anthony called me a pedo. Never happened. Never fucking happened, Chambers.
Dude, I never said you called me a pedo. Suit did. That's what my mom got banned.
No, I talked to Suit. He said he's like, I want to let you know, as he was watching my video, I don't think that Chambers is a pedophile. I think she's a moron.
The screenshot that my mod sent me, he was calling me a pedo in his Discord server, and that's when my mom got banned. Because he gave me a screenshot, like a screenshot of it going, hey, this is what Suit's doing, you might want to give you a heads up.
Is this
So he
dated
probably didn't
before?
say it to you, but he said it to my mod.
Maybe that was in the heat of the moment, but he didn't say it to me.
Could be. I don't know.
Was this screenshot taken before or after you made the video on you?
It was after the video. So this is when I was trying to talk, and I've had to I used to like Suit. He would flip out on me every once in a while. And it's like, oh hey, you're just having a bad time, but it just this time, which is I don't know what's going on. I've spoken to a few people. I'm not gonna shit on him. But some said that he was kind of acting crazy and that he was way overstressed. I know that he's been dealing with some stuff with Mama's Suit, and then he started to have some medical complications of his own. Last time I heard, he was getting cancer screening for something, I think, in his throat. Never heard anything else about it.
Is that information he wanted out in public?
Yeah, no, this was public information.
Okay, I'm just saying, you're on a roll,
No,
Chambers.
anything
Jesus.
having to do with his cancer, he was keeping people posted on Mama Suit on his Twitter. His original one before got nuked, and then he had put something out on his second Twitter about getting tested for something in his throat. So that's the last I heard of anything medical-wise with him. So I don't know what's going on with him anymore. So.
Whew.
I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, Chambers, but the context of why you made the response to Suit's video is because you said that this was a program or a course that would invite pedophiles.
And describe the physical changes that occur
so
for
there's
males
a
and
lot of
females. So that talks about purity, which
is like, oh well, this
is no fun, and
pedophiles
are gonna
article.
infiltrate it.
Being named,
Newsflash:
you don't have to
pedophiles are
freak
gonna
out if
infiltrate
your
anything
toddler
that's gonna get them closer to
masturbates.
kids.
Dr.
My Little Pony,
I'm not gonna get this name right,
Steven
states
Universe. I mean,
masturbation
you've seen the
might
multiple
mean
issues with the
a
fandoms,
no-hand
the furries. So it's just
simulation of a
like,
kind.
just
Your
because
toddler may
something
rub
like
their private parts publication,
the
parents
paranoia is
should
ridiculous.
resist
I understand to be on guard on watch.
stopping
That's why I went
toddler
through it, and
from
then even after my
masturbating,
video, it's like, hey, did I do
scolding, or
something
threatening
wrong?
the child
And
is
I showed the article to several
inappropriate.
parents
They
I
contest
knew
this
and I'm
entirely.
friends with
The
on
next link,
YouTube, and some of them are even on my
Chambers, is
Facebook.
I wouldn't
called
do that.
Newborn
Yeah,
girls
including
can
my
get mini
co-host, which
periods,
is
and
Ichabod
here's why
Orange.
you should
I'm like,
worry.
hey, can you look at this for me? And they all said the same thing to me. Yeah, this is just a sexual development class. Children are only a small part of that class.
I was going to ask a quick question. That wasn't one of my points of contention, nor did I really address that in my video to the best of my knowledge. The newborn babies get periods? Is that accurate?
Okay, so let me explain that. No.
Let me get another
hold on.
screenshot here.
Let's all calm
No,
down.
okay.
Don't tell me that's not cool.
Guys,
What?
you guys want me to answer the... Okay.
Yes.
When a
yes,
baby
please.
girl is born, okay? When a baby girl is born, and I said this about baby girls, I got the hormone wrong. When a baby girl is born, there is a withdrawal of progesterone because when a woman gets pregnant, her uterine lining gets thickened with the progesterone hormone. So when the baby girl, this is just with girls now, it is nicknamed a mini period, it's not an actual period. When there is withdrawal of progesterone, baby girls bleed the extra progesterone because there was such a withdrawal because they're enveloped in it for like 9 months. Again, uterine lining, build up progesterone, things like that. So when the baby girl is born, she has what's nicknamed as a mini period. That does not mean it's an actual period, which is completely different. And even Tabuisa, FNGR, gave you a bunch of links in response to your video, which
Wait,
neither
can
you or
I ask you a question though? Like a
Yes.
serious question.
Yeah, go ahead.
Why are you talking about this on your YouTube channel?
That's a good
Like, what's
question.
the motivation?
Okay, so
Silence,
No, I had to get a drink.
dead air.
I
No.
thought the
Guys,
motivation
shut up.
was kind of what I was explaining, Chambers. I thought that was the motivation.
Okay, so I've been touching on and off on my channel about proper sexual education and things. Anyway, I've been talking about on my channel proper sexual education or whatnot, those conversations, because if you've seen it in most religious circles, it's taboo. You don't talk about it. They don't give you proper education. Nothing.
So you're not an abstinence only kind of person, are you?
No, fuck no. Excuse me.
Okay.
No.
Thank fucking Christ.
No, and no. Hell no.
Okay.
Used to be when I first came onto the commentary community. I actually did a response video to Undertaker. What is his name? Undertaker Freak 1127.
Okay, so I honestly, I'm not really quite interested in this anymore. I'm getting kind of bored, so I just want to get to the root of this discussion. How does worker ownership of the means of production destroy the family unit? I'm very curious.
Okay.
Please tell me.
So, I said socialism, not the workers' part. Socialism means
That's what socialism is.
I get it. I get it.
Silly.
Would you let me answer the question without like the multiple peanut gallery? Thank you. So, for me, the nuclear family is very important. Mother, father, sister, brother. Because if you have a good family, if you have a healthy family, you get healthy children. I know you're groaning. You don't like this, but socialism means to do away with that and just have like an eclectic group.
Where was this? Was this in the Communist Manifesto? Did Karl Marx write about this? Maybe Peter Kropotkin, maybe?
I know Marxist wrote about it. I just had a freaking article up. Okay, I pulled up an article about it's from the leftvoice.org.
Okay.
Because like they believe that to do away with capitalism, you have to do away with the nuclear family. That they believe that the children are oppressed, that the nuclear family comes from capitalism, and to do with that, you dismantle capitalism.
Well, I mean, it kind of does, though, doesn't it?
Honestly,
I mean, it kind of has a capitalist undertone to it. I mean, don't you think? Because I mean, the two parents get married, right? They get their tax breaks. They get their benefits of the government having their marriage on paper, right? And then they have their kids they're gonna pay for them to go to school, right? And then get the good job. What happens when they get divorced, though? My question. Like, if the nuclear family is so great, why are the divorce rates so high?
Because either people are disobedient or people should be marrying each other that aren't, or she's married that people who are marrying should not be, are marrying the wrong person. So I've heard that argument before, kind of law, but it's like, well, people are stupid and marry the wrong people.
Right. So if we just abolish marriage, won't that just get rid of the problem?
No.
Yeah, because I mean, it's kind of hard to marry the wrong person if you abolish marriage, right?
Because if you get rid of marriage, children have no attachment, they have no established home. I'm someone that comes from a broken home, from one of my parents being abusive. No, the family is very much important. If I had that foundation, I wouldn't have certain issues that I do now. Don't want to go into it. It's too personal.
I mean, yeah, fair enough. And I'm pretty sure I've talked to a lot of people that have had issues with with their respective nuclear family structure.
Mm-hmm.
I just don't like putting it on this holy grail that, like, if it's a nuclear family structure, you're automatically going to be better off in life. But what if both your parents are abusive? Like, it's not the end all be all to having a prosperous life.
Sorry, don't mean to cut across. Let me phrase it because that's not what I say at all. I say a healthy nuclear family. I'm not saying you have a nuclear family, you're automatically better. No, that is not how it works at all, and that's not what I. So
you can't have a healthy single parent household.
I'm not saying it's not ideal, but I do think there are single parents who have stepped up their game, who can do 2 jobs, raise their kid, and still have the kid be brought up. But I will say for that child is gonna, like, if they're lacking a father, they're either gonna grow up they're gonna be missing foundational pieces, like what it is to be, if it's a boy, what it is to be a man. They're
gonna God, now we're slapping gender roles on people. That's just awesome. That's just amazing.
How to be
what does it mean to be a boy is my question. What does it mean
That's what I was
To
gonna say.
be a
to be a
boy?
real man? To be a real man, because that's kind of the vibe I'm getting here. What does it mean to be a real man?
Well, for
that's
me, are you
subjective.
asking me as to describe it to you as a wife or as just someone in general?
What does it
In
mean to
general, I
have a
guess.
penis?
Okay, well then, in general, the way that I see just a man in general, takes care of his issues, takes care of his family.
Doesn't everybody take care of their issues?
Would you
What?
let me finish? Let me
Okay.
finish.
Now I'm bored.
Right back. We'll
Take,
go eat dinner.
I can't. I'm sorry. No, someone low keeps your. Okay, you've muted yourself now because you're like really low. But
Mhm.
takes care of his issues, takes care of himself. Does
Women
his
can't take care of
job.
themselves.
Shh, be quiet. Not anymore. Not thanks to feminism. They all want free handouts. So
What? What free handouts? Wait, I'm really interested in this. I'm really interested.
men spreading. They want jobs to be targeted at them. Certain employers have now said, "Oh, men don't apply here." Let's see. We've had.
Really? Where?
It used to be to where they lowered the standards for the military in order for more women to get in because inclusivity and the numbers.
Okay, well, I don't give a shit about the military. I want to abolish the military. Fuck those bastards. So yeah, goddamn right, I said it.
I think you're very foolish for it, but okay.
Yeah, I mean, I think you're foolish for supporting, bombing 8 different countries and killing untold amount of innocents. But that's just me.
I never said I was for bombing anybody, dude. I think
That's what the military is doing, dog.
I haven't caught up with them. I do know, like, here's my belief, okay? Because I said this time and time again. There's things that we need to pull out of and start take care of
Shadows
our own.
boy.
Stop paying for all this extra shit.
Why
Take
isn't Trump
care of
doing
us.
it then?
I don't know. I don't know what's going on. I need to catch up on some stuff.
It's almost
I've
as
been
if he's
busy.
full of shit and just wants to fund the military-industrial complex.
I've heard that argument before. Like I said, I need to catch up on a lot of stuff. I've been busy. My new job. So
I feel that.
I have not.
I feel
yeah.
that. I am too. I get it. All right. Well, I guess this wraps it up. I don't know.
Yeah, that's fine.
Is there really anything else to talk about here? I'm kind of just running on steam at this
again,
point.
if
I'm
you-
literally trying to like pick for arguments, but I'm kind of bored.
Yeah,
so.
no, like
Well, you're
I'll be honest with you. I could probably get other people who probably would be willing to give you a better go, but now's probably not the time. If you get bored enough and you starve for content,
I will hit you up, my dude.
I will find
hit you
some
up.
people. I will definitely.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Yeah, I mean, if you really
I
do
will
have
be
all
there.
these white supremacist alt-right friends, I mean, yeah.
I got one guy really. I got one.
Oh, okay.
Kyle.
No,
Fair
yeah,
enough.
Yeah.
I bumped into those guys on chats. They are cringy as hell.
Says the person who wants to let toddlers beat off.
And with that said,
Goodbye, everybody. Oh, it's a good time to fucking wrap up the stream. Good night, everybody. It's been